It's my child support day. Hey, I got a check. Hey.
My baby daddy's trying to get out of paying child support, so he's making me get a DNA test for our youngest kid. You guys are so quick to jump to conclusions. I only got $3,000 a month from him. That was $36,000 a year. That's not enough to live off of.
In the case of 22-year-old Jessica, Marcus, you are not.
And I went to prison for 5 years. When I got out of prison in 2003, I paid child support from that day until just February of last year when I lost my job.
Only because they garnished your wages.
Absolutely, that's what they do. And I actually asked my public defender, where's the proof? I've yet to see proof that the child's mine.
Mr. Manser, you are not
Oh, God.
his father.
Oh, man. 5 years in prison. Dylan, I'm sorry, bro. This is why. This is why I did what I did.
But this is nothing I made up. The lab did
You
it.
made it all up.
No, I did not.
Well, those results
I
apparently
don't know
are made
any
up.
of those people on that form.
Oh, my God.
This is clearly the most shocking
Very much.
news we've ever gotten in this courtroom.
Oh, my God. She should be convicted of some crime.
I should not. I did
That is fraud.
Mr. Manser, Miss Sear, do you know?
Yes, ma'am.
You know who his father is.
Yes, I talk to him still.
You cannot stand there and really suggest that you cannot comprehend why this man would not have any type of ill feeling, frustration, or regret as it relates to anything involving you. 5 years in prison. And then I say, do you know who your son's father is? And you say, yes, I'm still in touch with him. That is a really huge pill to swallow.
Obligation to $2,300 per month. Reimbursing you for the health insurance that you carry for the children every month is $255, bringing your monthly child support to $2,550.
Okay.
no,
Excuse me. Wait a minute. I don't get paid monthly. It's according to how my houses are flipped. So if I go a month without flipping a house, what? Why did you do this?
No. Wait a minute. Excuse me. I went off what you said. You said, Your Honor, I make about $150,000. Did you say that?
I did say that. Your Honor.
Right. You did say that. So that's what I based it on.
Shut up.
Therefore, that's what your child support amount is going to be, $2,550. So I hope you can flip enough houses to make that flip some more for these children. Is there anything further, ma'am?
Yes, can I just ask a question? As far as the tutoring, what if I take my children to tutoring?
What? You mean like take them in a car?
Yeah, like if I take them to tutoring, can I reduce that?
Yeah, I don't want her around you.
No, I didn't say you. I said my children. You said that your
Did you ask me the question or did you ask him the question?
Okay.
Oh, okay. To answer your question, no.
Yes.
It does not. It has no impact on that whatsoever. Transporting your children to tutoring is called parenting.
All right.
Is there anything further?
Can I go?
Oh, sure. As soon as I dismiss you. Is there anything further, sir?
I just want to say, God has blessed me in ways that I couldn't imagine.
So now you want to bring God in there.
I just appreciate you for understanding my frustration and my pain. And
Well, I didn't make a ruling based on your frustration and your pain. I made a ruling based on what the law said I can do with what's in the best interest of these children. And if there's nothing further, you both are dismissed.
Me and my little teacher,
Yes,
about
use a
to...
little.
Before we even get into this courtroom chaos, you need to understand something. Few things destroy trust faster than paternity fraud accusations and child support battles. We're talking about lives being flipped upside down in seconds, men finding out children they raised may not be theirs, women being dragged into explosive DNA disputes, judges trying to hold together emotionally charged hearings while families completely unravel in front of everyone watching. And today's clips? These are some of the most brutal, emotional, and uncomfortable moments ever caught inside a courtroom. You're going to see a man discover he spent years paying child support for a child that wasn't biologically his. Another father completely break down while explaining how child support payments are leaving him barely able to survive. And then there's the relationship debate that always explodes online. Is asking for a DNA test disrespectful? Or just common sense? What makes this even crazier is how quickly emotions change in these cases. 1 second someone is confident, arguing, blaming everybody else, and the next second DNA results hit the table and the entire room goes silent. You can literally...
What do you mean?
Oh my God.
How do you repair? Yeah.
Bruh.
No, this isn't right.
So I know who the father is. Who's the father? What you looking at him for? Is there something you want to tell me? I know what the paper tells me. Admit it to me.
I'm not admitting to nothing. He's yours.
You been sleeping with my wife, bro? I know you're not talking. That paper says that boy is yours. What do you mean? Bruh, one of y'all got to explain something to me.
He's yours.
Stop playing. You play too much, bro. I'm not playing, okay?
Parentage fraud, and it's no joke.
My husband got a paternity test on our 5-year-old daughter, and it came back negative, and now he wants a divorce. And
if you falsely...
Yeah. Those of you who are in Tennessee, guess what? House Bill 2689 is getting ready to pass. That is requiring paternity tests before you sign the birth certificate. Because, you know, when people do paternity tests, 1/3 of the time, they end up not being the father. And if they start testing everybody, that number...
What? Well, I guess that's probably selection bias, to be fair.
Only go up, not down. They're actually starting to jail time the ladies for maternity fraud.
This needs to go nationwide, but at least it's the first step.
True.
Progress, not perfection.
Sure.
But in the meantime, I advise any male that I know to get yourself a DNA kit and swab that child's mouth. Because
it's weird to me that they don't just do this as a default.
You'd be surprised just how many of those kids belong to another man.
The problem with child support is that it's calculated based on how much money both of the parents make. The more money dad makes, the more he pays. But the more money that mom makes, the less she gets. This absolutely incentivizes people not.
Right here is the exact moment every person in that courtroom realizes the situation is far worse than they originally thought. Think about what this man just heard. He spent years financially supporting a child, had wages garnished, went through prison time, and all along he kept asking one simple question. Where's the proof? And apparently nobody gave him a clear answer until now. What makes this moment hit so hard is that you can actually hear the emotional collapse happening in real time. He's not yelling. He's not acting violent. He just sounds defeated, completely drained. And honestly, that reaction makes this even more.
And the courts and everything else. And now on top of it, I'm gonna have $1,100. My rent is $1,000. Like I just don't understand how, and that's why I got so upset. And I do apologize. But everything that's came out of her lawyer's mouth is to belittle me and make me look like I'm not a good father. And I am. She literally, she's an RN or an LPN, Your Honor, and she has not worked in 4 years, 3 years. I understand that she has another child, but that child is not my responsibility whatsoever. I take care of my 2 children, and I struggle doing it, but I do it. She's taken my kids from me to where I can't talk to them, so I had to file a motion. I filed the motion. I'm doing everything as a father. And it just keeps taking and taking and taking. She has a husband that she can rely on. I have nobody. I have me. And it's frustrating. So yes, I did get a little, my mouth gets the best of me sometimes, but I'm trying. And it went from $650, I'm paying $722, plus I pay $135 I have my kids on my insurance. So on top of that, it's going up almost double. And I barely make it as it is. So, I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, obviously, this is probably going to happen. I'm going to have to pay double, but I don't understand. Like, how am I supposed to support myself? You said that it's to support my children, but at the same time, I can't support them if they don't have a place to live when they come see me. I'm working now. I make $21 an hour. I work 48 hours a week, barely work any overtime. I drive an hour from my home. I drive 2 hours to go get my kids every other weekend. I didn't fight her on living in Ohio. I didn't fight her on none of that. But here I am. She's fighting me on everything. Everything. From a woman that is wanting to support her kids but doesn't have a job. She's relying on her husband and my child support. It makes zero sense. I have no problem paying the $722 plus $135. That's what I feel that I should pay. And when my kids come, sir, we don't just sit at home. We go out to eat. We do things. We do activities. I buy them stuff. We have fun. And I'm not going to be able to do none of that. That's all, sir. That's all.
All right, Mr. Grace, there's no question, of course, mine. You're a good father. You're here today. You've been exercising your parenting time. That's not an issue in this court's opinion. And child support is based upon a formula, black and white formula, your income. My understanding, it's based upon your new income, not your former income, but your current income. Is that correct, Ms. Plaid? You ran these numbers on his current income? And it's about $48,000 a year?
I did, Your Honor.
And if
Sir, may I say something real quick? I make $840 a week. Okay, if you guys are taking $1,100 from me, how is anybody looking for support with me? Like, if I can't, I'm not going to be able to support my kids if I can't support myself. And Your Honor, I was making the same amount that I was making 4 years ago. So I don't understand how it's up more when I'm making less, because I was working. That's all overtime. Everything it was all overtime, and I'm working none.
And this calculation is based on your current employment, not your former employment. It's based on your current employment.
I was making more at my former employment. You see what I'm saying? I was making more.
Your Honor.
Calculation. Mr. Pratt, do you get
at the request of the court, if I put mom in at minimum wage and $800 a month in child care, which is probably a low estimate, the support goes up to $1,504. Just so you're aware.
Who's the daycare for?
For the children.
They go to
mom's
school.
Got to work. Somebody's got to watch the children.
They go to school and she has a husband.
Okay. Well, but then they need latchkey after school in the summertime.
There's two parents in the household.
Yeah.
So they're 11 and 7.
Yeah. It might be well worth it to invest in an attorney. Just have an attorney consult for this limited issue of child support. Have him run the figures. If he knows the Michigan child support guidelines, Mr. Grace.
But why would you
rely upon the firm of the court,
this is
Mr.
what
Pratt?
you guys ran and it's 1103? Why would it change if I get a lawyer? That's just more money that I have to spend in the broker I get.
Because you can confirm with the lawyer that this is a very good recommendation. That's what you can confirm.
I already know I already know. I either go with 1103 or I get screwed at the 1500. So I'm in a win-lose situation. It just makes zero sense to me how somebody can sit at home and do nothing, do absolutely nothing, dress my kids like slobs, make them. It's horrible, man.
All right, Mr.
They
Grace.
come home and tell me,
Mr. Grace. Okay, Mr. Grace, this is what we'll do. Let's give it. I'm going to put minimum wage to her, and we'll add in child care costs. Mr. Pratt saying it's about $800. That's average. And
we'll keep it at
you want to pay $1,500, Mr. Grace? Do you want to keep arguing about this because it's going to go up?
Conversation shifts from paternity fraud to child support calculations, and this is where these courtroom cases get incredibly complicated. Because once numbers enter the picture, emotions go through the roof almost immediately. One parent feels unsupported, the other feels financially crushed, and the judge has to somehow balance everything according to the law. But what makes this moment wild is the complete lack of accountability from the mother after openly admitting the father makes around $150,000 a year. The judge basically says, "Okay, you told me his income, so I used that number." And suddenly she starts panicking once the...
No, I'm not guilty.
You're guilty. You're guilty.
That's
You're guilty.
guilty.
You're guilty.
I'm married with you. I'm married.
That's guilty.
I'm married for
You're
10
guilty.
years. And then you want to... No, that's not guilt. That's disrespectful. Because to me,
you're guilty.
Maybe you don't get it.
If my husband asked me to have a DNA test for our children, whether it's 1 or 2, I will be filing for divorce, because if you have not seen, if I haven't given you any idea that I'm cheating on you, you decided to ask me for a DNA test, to me, you don't trust me. What's the point of being in that relationship?
That's like you asking for a lie detector.
Right.
So then if you come and ask me for a lie detector,
I can do a lie detective. I can do a lie detective test, but when you're asking me for a DNA test for my kids and we've been together for 10 years, that means
you should have asked me from day one.
Yeah, that means you're doing something wrong. That means
why does that mean?
He didn't give birth to the kids. How's he doing something?
You're guilty.
That's not true. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's dangerous.
That's how it always is. Cheater always likes to point fingers at somebody else.
fallacy.
No, it's not.
Because
I was in a situation where I was being accused.
So you're having a personal experience.
No. Listen, I was being accused of being a cheater when he was in fact cheating on me. So the fact, no, it's not different. It's not different.
Kids are involved,
it's not different.
A DNA test 10 years later because you're having
No. So 10 years later.
A DNA test for something 10 years later, man, the person had built up doubt, but at the end of the day, it's not something that's crazy as regular cheating because they're coming to you about, you know that you're the mother of the child. So they're trying to figure out that point, like, am I the father of the child?
So the first one, he had no problem with it.
If we flipped it up and you're talking about cheating, well, if you ask me for a lie detector test for cheating.
Feel the shock and betrayal pouring through this entire interaction. Imagine raising a child for years, believing without question that this is your son or daughter, and then suddenly another man is standing there being told the child might actually be his. That's not just awkward. That's life-altering. What's crazy is how restrained this guy actually is considering the situation. Most people would completely lose control emotionally after hearing news like this. Instead, he's desperately trying to understand what's real and what isn't. You can hear the confusion in his voice more than anger at first, which honestly makes
having your baby, but not his, because I have got proof here that you have been a scheming little. Do you know what happened? Yes, you have. No, you do not. How can you look at me and tell me lies to my face?
I'm not lying.
You're an absolute liar.
I'm not lying.
Yes, you are a liar.
What's with that?
So this is when I had the baby last week and last night. Seem to have him every bloody night, don't I? While you're off gallivanting. So I looked after him, I cleaned his teeth, and then I sent it off for DNA testing.
Do you know how creepy that is? Oh, without my consent.
I don't give a
You'll consent.
But you'll consent for me to look after him, will you, all night while you're out pissing about?
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. No, anyway, this came back from the DNA testers, and this says that you are the mother, and it's shown the father is he. No, he isn't.
Baby daddy didn't see this coming.
Some dirty skanky. She's been out and somebody else, and then you come back and try to nail my son. Well, he's not falling for it. You can.
Ex-father's testimony is honestly one of the most emotionally raw moments in the entire video, because you can hear genuine exhaustion in his voice. This doesn't sound like a man trying to escape responsibility. This sounds like somebody who feels completely overwhelmed and backed into a corner financially. Listen carefully to what he's actually saying. He works long hours, drives hours just to see his kids, pays insurance, pays support, and still feels like he's drowning. Then on top of that, he believes he's constantly being portrayed as a bad father despite